So, sir, what are the key insights or the lessons you have gained about entrepreneurships that you believe are crucial for nowadays to aspiring business owners?
Well, thank you, Sonal. This is a very broad question, actually, because there are many things that we learn from entrepreneurship and the journey of each entrepreneur. The every entrepreneur has a different kind of journey, depending on which market they are operating, which industry they are operating, what time, what period of uh, economic cycle they are in. But I would just like to briefly mention maybe 10 points that actually that comes to my mind at the moment. The first thing is that entrepreneurship is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing as doing a job. You have to sacrifice a lot for a long time before you start really making money. And the reason why I say this thing is that there is a common misconception, especially among the youth, that they find entrepreneurship as an escape route from a 9 to 5 job, and they think life is easy on the other side. But the reality is just the opposite. When you become an entrepreneur, you don't become 9 to 5, you become 24/7. So that is something that people usually overlook. And the second point would be don't go behind anomaly success stories. Quite often what happens is that people who get motivated to become an entrepreneur, they look at the stories of the extraordinarily, insanely successful entrepreneurs, the Elon Musks or the Steve Jobs, or the kind of that kind of legends. And the truth is that they are outliers. They are actually anomalies. And if you focus on becoming an entrepreneur like them, and that may not really happen. So we have to always focus on one kind of entrepreneurship journeys average entrepreneurs have, because most probably that is where you're going to be. One thing about outliers is that many factors actually help them be there. Apart from their individual capacities, the economy at that time, the certain laws that came at that time, certain situations that actually propelled that. Many hundred things actually help them reach that position. The third point would be business is not fun if you do not have sufficient capital. This is a very important but a common sense thing. But most people actually ignore that. They get too much in love with the business that even if they don't have the sufficient capital, especially the working capital, they jump into it, and then business is no more fun after that. And the fourth point would be making logical decisions is not easy at all in business, especially because emotions impact the decisions that we take, making it sound logical to us, but it puts us in a lot of trouble. And we should choose, the fifth point, which I would like to say, is that we should choose the partners very carefully because they are in for the long run.
Most required.
Yeah. Many a time what happens is that you fall in love with an idea and you find someone who actually seems to be on the same track, and then you formulate a partnership with them, but that may not be in the long run beneficial for you. You have to really know who you're dealing with.
Yes, correct, sir.
The next point would be delegation is the key to freedom, which most entrepreneurs do not know or forget about, because entrepreneurs with employee mentality will never delegate their work to anybody, fearing that they will lose control or they will lose their own relevance. But the thing is that if you're really into entrepreneurship, to be free, you have to delegate. You have to learn to delegate. It's not easy, but it has to be done. Then the next point would be vision is very important to have a unified direction, especially when you have partners, when you have a team. Without a vision, there is no direction, and vision is the foundation of all motivation, and vision has to be real. And the next point would be, obviously we start businesses so that our family benefits from it. But what we have to realize is that you have to build a business that takes care of your family and not the other way around. Quite often what happens is that the father expects that his children to take care of the business after him. But that is not a sustainable system. Instead, you should build a business that will take care of the family, even if the family is not in the business. It's a huge topic, but I think that is something that people have to start thinking about. And the ninth point would be, the businesses should have a clear, distinct business model. Because most entrepreneurs, they focus on the business, but they don't really understand the business. They think that the business is the business, and the family is the family. A business model is something that we always use and we always talk about, but very few people actually know what actually a business model is. And unless you have designed your business model, it is a very sure thing that you do not have a business model planned out. And quite often, when you do not plan out your business model, you're actually unknowingly copying another business model. And that is not going to actually help you in the market. You should have a very clear idea about who your target customer segment is, and you should customize your business model to them so that you stand out of the crowd of competitors. And the last point I would like to highlight is that businesses need to have a good culture, so that because if you don't have a good culture, your organization is not going to grow, and no amount of professionalism, structures, or best practices in process can actually make a business successful if it has a toxic culture. And good culture is a result of hard work, and toxic culture does not need any effort. It just happens. So I think this would be the 10 things or insights that I would like to share.
Wonderful. It's like a stepping stones for, success. And it shows that how you had, gone into this business and how you had created the whole process. Like, it's a wonderful. I have no words for these 10 points, and especially the business one and, family business. So these are the very wonderful insight you have shared, sir. So it's really showing that, your each and every words and each and every statements provides resilience and innovative spirits. So very inspiring. Thank you so much, sir.